The flag is up. And they're off. And heading towards the first fence is Prospector Strike showing the way. There's Boncato, and then More Fascination. As they run down into the dip, it's Boncato with the early lead. After the first.
All three of two.
Just make sure if you do have it out, keep it on the inside of this jacket.
Once again, briefly out of sight.
84, right?
And as they emerge, it's Boncato on the lead. A 2-length advantage over South Monarch in second. Now More Fascination comes up next to him. Gap of 5 back to Prospector Strike. Alongside of him, now moving a length back, is Delta Park. Another gap of 4 to Haddix as they continue along the bottom, heading towards the water jump next. Boncato showing the way at the front. And now moves back into second place. And we have a new leader. No, here comes Boncato, reclaims the lead from South Monarch. More Fascination jumps nicely there in third. Then a gap of 3, Prospector Strike, another 3 to Delta Park, and Haddix, another 4 lengths behind them. Strung out nicely as they make the turn along Pocock Road. And still hot on the front end. And certainly have the winds at their back. And it's Boncato with the lead. Still in second place in South Monarch, followed by More Fascination as they make the turn back towards the stacked fence. It's Boncato, your leader, by a length and a half. South Monarch there in second. More Fascination, another length back in third, gap of 2. Prospector Strike moving along nicely. Delta Park just a half length off him. Now Haddix is closed on those two and joined them at the back, but just about 10 lengths covers this field from front to back. Still anybody's go as they head through the cover and to the 2 testing post and rails. Back into sight, still Boncato. Now More Fascination, 2.5 lengths behind him. South Monarch in third, another length and a half back. Prospector Strike now moved up to fourth. And a gap of 2 to Delta Park and another 2 to Haddix as they head to the next post and rail. Boncato over first. More Fascination right behind him, hugging the ground, saving the ground as they make the turn. And South Monarch picking it up and just another length behind them. And Prospector Strike still in easy striking distance, has Delta Park just half a length off him, and another gap of 3 back to Haddix, who has been your trailers. Coming to the chute now. The black post and rails. And straight at you now, it's Boncato with the lead. Vying for second there, More Fascination and South Monarch. Those two right together. And Prospector Strike just another length behind. Delta Park a length behind him, and Haddix another 2 lengths behind those two. So past the steward stand for the first time, still Boncato holding a slim advantage, just a length over South Monarch, and to the outside of him, More Fascination. The rest of the field still very much in touch though. Delta Park moving up alongside of Prospector Strike, and Haddix just 2 lengths behind them. Extremely well-ordered bunch as they head back towards Pocock Road. Still, Mankato with the lead. In second place, South Monarch, but only a length to the good and more fascination. And Prospector Strike looks like he's got a lot of horse. Another length and a half back in fourth. Gap of 2 to Delta Park, and Haddock's just a length behind him. So once again, 10 lengths gets you the whole field as they now make the turn back towards the steward's stand. Another testing post and rail coming up here. And still at the front, it's Mankato with the lead. Stalking intently though, right there, More Fascination edging into second place next to South Monarch. Prospector Strike just another 2 lengths back. Haddock's is now moved up past Delta Park, who's now the trailer by 2 lengths. Big one here, Mankato takes it nicely and has a length and a half advantage over the pair that's been stalking him relentlessly from the start. More Fascination now moving closer on the outside. South Monarch in third. Haddock's now moving up right behind those. He's fourth now. 3 lengths to the good of Prospector Strike, who's just a length ahead of Delta Park. Long run down the Jarrettsville Pike, things starting to get interesting. Mankato trying to hold on. More Fascination trying to make a run at him as they head towards the stacked fence at the bottom. South Monarch in third, and Prospector Strike retaken fourth place. Haddock in fifth, and at the back it's Delta Park. Up the hill. And at the front, it's Mankato. Trying to hold off More Fascination, just 2 fences left to run. Mankato and More Fascination now coming to the last. A late run from behind, but it's Mankato and More Fascination. Here they come, up and over, and now it's a stretch duel. Mankato on the inside, on the outside, More Fascination, asking for all he's got. Mankato holding tough. It's going to be close, but at the wire, Mankato manages to hold on and keep More Fascination safe at the wire. South Monarch in third, Delta Park in fourth, Haddock's in fifth. On behalf of Class Produce is Mrs. Jean Class. And also making the presentation jockey, Blair Wyatt. No stranger to winning here at My Lady's Manor. Very interesting tactic. As usual, you went straight to the front and looked like you wanted to be there.
Yes, I didn't particularly want to be there. Mankato did. My plan was to stay behind Jody, but he had didn't jump the first so well, and we jumped it pretty well and landed there, and nobody came by me, so there we were.
Well, it looked like, at first I thought he was going to settle, and then you had an awful lot of prompting of the pace going on. I mean, at one point I thought, well, maybe she'll just lay off, but you looked awfully determined. Does this bring back memories of the old wood whistle days?
Yes, it does. He was much easier to relax, though. No, that had nothing to do with me, believe me. I settled him where I could, gave him breathers when I could, but he was all go today, so.
Well, and they're coming into line across the course.
Who's your favorite in this race?
They're all in line and they're off. And running in the John Rush Street Memorial. And heading up and over the first fence, field complete. And with the lead, it's Big Bad Joe by about 5 lengths as they disappear out of sight. along the dip at the bottom, but your early leader, Big Bad Joe. Back into sight once again, and it's still Big Bad Joe in command. And a 3-length advantage for the leader as they head through the bottom towards the water fence. Big Bad Joe showing the way, Yin Yang there in second, and the rest of the group closely bunched, all within a length of each other, now spreading out slightly as they head towards Pocock Road. Now a challenge for the lead, Yin Yang taking over from Big Bad Joe as they make the corner on Pocock Road. You and I another 3 lengths back in third. As they continue along Pocock Road for making the turn back towards the stack fence. And Yin Yang now a 5-length advantage over Big Bad Joe, you and I, in third position. And then comes Native Mark. He's got company on the inside. He's got Mojo, and at the very back is Monsoon Malabar, your trailer. So, change up at the front continues as they head back towards the cover. But this one looking like a very, very cozy event. 7 lengths covers the 5 runners as they emerge from cover and head towards the post and rail fence. And Big Bad Joe's now reclaimed the lead by 2.5 lengths from Yin Yang. Right behind them, he's got Mojo, you and me. Native Mark on the inside. Tough one there for Monsoon Malabar. At the next, Big Bad Joe, 2 lengths clear of Yin Yang. Make it 3. Another gap of 3 to you and I. Make it 4. Back to Native Mark, and he's got Mojo another 2 lengths behind him, and your trailer 4 lengths behind them is Monsoon Malabar as they make the turn and head into the chute and the black post and rails, and Big Bad Joe at the front. Up and over the first, and still being tracked there by Yin Yang. And right together there, you and I, and to the outside, you and I now moving up closer second. Then comes Native Mark. He's got Mojo and Monsoon Malabar, your trailer. So 4-length lead, first time past the steward stand for Big Bad Joe over Yin Yang. Tucked in nicely there, you and I in third, joined on the outside by he's got Mojo. Then it's Native Mark, and starting to lose touch with the field is Monsoon Malabar over the next board fence, back towards Pocock Road. And Big Bad Joe still dictating the pace to this group. As they make the turn, it's 3 lengths. Call it 4 now, maybe 5, as Big Bad Joe moving right along and away from Yin Yang. Yin Yang now getting company from he's got Mojo, another gap of 2 back to you and I. Then comes Native Mark, and still your trailer is Monsoon Malabar as they head for the post and rail back towards the steward stand. And Big Bad Joe still looking comfortable on the lead. Up and over that one hails a cab for a ride home and heads on to the next with a 2-length advantage over He's Got Mojo. Now moving up on the far outside is Native Mark in between horses. That's You and I. And Yin Yang coming back for another go. And you've got a leader, and here comes the posse after him as He's Got Mojo now sets off in pursuit of Big Bad Joe. Yin Yang also coming back on the inside. You and I and Native Mark not out of it either. And being eased at the back is Monsoon Malabar. So it's going to be a 4-horse race as they roll down Jarrettsville Pike, and it's still anybody's contest to win. He's Got Mojo's got the lead. Right behind him, Big Bad Joe. With him on the in-between horses, You and I, and Yin Yang there, and here's Native Mark. He's Got Mojo with the lead. Big Bad Joe just a length behind him. You and I now pressing for second place on the inside. Native Mark trying to rally as well from 4th, making up ground, moving to 3rd. Dropping out of it is Yin Yang, and it's He's Got Mojo as they head to the second to last. He's Got Mojo up and over that one. Now You and I sets out in pursuit of the leader. He's Got Mojo all out. Just one fence left to go. He's Got Mojo, You and I, and it's He's Got Mojo with the lead. Here comes You and I. He's Got Mojo. Checks behind him. You and I trying to drive along the rail. He's Got Mojo, You and I, and can he get there? He's Got Mojo and flying is Yin Yang right at the end, and it's a tremendous upset from the outside. Almost too close to call, but it looked like Yin Yang got up in the final stride to win it. The flag is up. All in line, and they're off. And Valer Barnouille making an early charge there at the first, in case you're a minor. Ben Swope right behind him, and Just Pour It in 3rd place behind them as they get ready to disappear out of sight. But Valer Barnouille with a 3-length advantage over in case you're a minor, and Just Pour It in 3rd. Oh, along the bottom they go, waiting for them to come back into sight. And here they are. Valer Barnouille with a 3-length advantage over In Case You're a Minor and Ben Swope. Another gap of 3. Back to Just Pour It. Then comes Thermostat. Genghis 3 lengths behind him as they continue along the bottom of the cover heading towards the water fence. Valer Barnouille, 3 lengths to the good, In Case You're a Minor. Just a length and a half behind him to Just Pour It. Coming up alongside him now, Thermostat. They're in 4th, another gap of 5, back to Genghis. And Western Fling, a good 15 lengths behind the field as they make the turn up Pocock Road. And still showing the way at the front, Michael Traurig on Volaire Bar Nui. Front runners have been running well here today, and he's 3 lengths ahead of Case Hero Minor, who's got a 2-length advantage over Just For It. 3 lengths ahead of Thermostat, and then another gap of 6 to 7 to Genghis and Western Fling and Stuart Strawbridge taking their time at the back as they're already at the stack fence, heading back towards the cover. And at the front, where he's been from the start, Michael Traurig on Volaire Bar Nui. Three-length advantage as they head through the gap in the cover towards those pair of testing post and rail fences. Volaire Bar Nui, 3 lengths to the good. In second place now, Just For It, having moved up under George Hunt. Case Hero Minor now in third. Thermostat 2 lengths behind him in fourth, gap of 8 to Genghis, and another 10 to 12 as Western Fling has made up some ground on the field as they make the turn up the hill. Volaire Bar Nui with the lead, but Just For It now starting to put a little heat on the leader, just a length or 2 back as they reach the top of the hill and head towards the chute. In Case Hero Minor now back in the picture, Thermostat alongside of him, and Volaire Bar Nui through the gap. Length and a half advantage, Just For It there in second. Running as a pair in third, Thermostat and in Case Hero Minor. And 3 lengths behind them, Genghis, and another gap of 12 to Western Fling, now making up some ground from his early trailing position. Back towards Pocock Road and the board fence, and thing is getting a little hot up at the front for Volaire Bar Nui. Just For It putting some pressure on, some trouble there at the fence for In Case Hero Minor, who's also trying to press the pace. And in fourth place, Thermostat. Genghis has gotten a little closer to the rest of the group, and your trailer, Western Fling and Stuart Strawbridge at the back, making the turn. Volaire Bar Nui, 2 lengths to Just For It, another 2 lengths to the tandem of Genghis, who's now moved up past In Case Hero Minor, and another gap of 2 to Thermostat, heading back towards the post and rail and the steward stand. Volaire Bar Nui at the front, but there's a posse waiting to try to corral him here as they head down Jarrettsville Pike. Michael Traurig and Volaire Bar Nui, 2 lengths over George Hunt and Just For It. Genghis now in third by 5 lengths, another gap of 3 to In Case Hero Minor, and he's got company there, in fact lost it from Thermostat as the field really starts to get going now, rolling down the hill and letting it go. It's Michael Traurig on Volaire Bar Nui. And in second place, George Hunt on Just For It sets off in pursuit. Another gap of 7 back to Genghis, then 2 to In Case Hero Minor, another 2 to Thermostat, but they're going to have to get in this game in a hurry as Volaire Bar Nui airing it out on the front end as he heads to the stack fence with a 3.5, 4-length advantage over Just For It in second place. Now comes the testing hill. Still 5 lengths to the good. Volaire Bar Nui over Just For It. Just For It a 15-length advantage over Genghis, who's got another 5 lengths over In Case Hero Minor, and Thermostat behind them, but all the running is going to be done at the front, and it looks like a match race as Just For It now moves up to contest the lead. Valère Barnouille trying to fight back. Just Pour It and George Hunt. Michael Trarig on Valère Barnouille as they come to the last as a pair, and they jump that one on the inside. It is going to be a fantastic late move for Just Pour It, and a convincing score here in the John D. Schapiro Memorial. Great ride by George Hunt as he times his run beautifully on Just Pour It. A 10-length winner over Valère Barnouille, who did all the heavy lifting early. In third place will be Thermostat. And in fourth, in case you're a minor. So, a trophy presentation on behalf of Janie Montgomery Scott is Jay Atkinson and Carrie Jarmer.
We went over to Ireland December a year ago. Joy Slater, thank you very much, Joy, and Richard Valentine. And I tried him on the Curragh and schooled him with the top jock there. And I fell in love with him, and I knew he liked the footing. He felt at home today.
I guess that must have been a good omen. This horse seems to be having a good season down in Virginia. Any other plans for him in Maryland?
I leave that to my team. I'm strictly the jockey.